Hello children, welcome back to my online class. I'm Elisha, your English teacher. In the previous video, we started a new chapter, that is the sound of music part 1. And in that video, we have discussed about how for the first time Evelyn's deafness was noticed by her mother. We also discussed about how the renowned percussionist Ron Fox motivated Evelyn in the field of music. Now, in this video, we will discuss rest of the chapter. So let's start the explanation of the chapter.
Children, in the first part, in the previous video, we discussed this chapter up to third paragraph, and today we'll start from the fourth paragraph, the sound of music part 1. This chapter is all about Evelyn Glennie, who is a deaf woman, but she can play music very well. So let's see. She never looked back from that point onwards. She toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performances. At the end of a 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. Now, in this fourth paragraph, it is written that she toured the United Kingdom. She went to United Kingdom with a youth orchestra. Orchestra means a group of musicians. You can see on your screens. Okay, so this is called an orchestra where so many musicians are sitting together and playing music. So that is called an orchestra. So she went to England with a group and youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music also. Audition means she went there and she faced the interview. As we, before getting admission in any school, we appear for the entrance exam. So in that same way, she also went there and she auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music, and the best part was she scored one of the highest marks in the history of the academy. So that is something exceptional. That is something, that is something out of the box. Really, it's hats off to this lady. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performances. Initially, in the beginning, she used to play music in groups, but later on, she started giving solo performances, single. At the end of her 3 years course, she had captured most of the top awards. And at the end of this, 3-year course, she had captured, many awards. So as we were talking about this Royal Academy of Music in London, it's one of the leading, not one of the, but it is the best music school in the world. I'll show you the building also. You can see this picture on your screens. This is actually the Royal Academy of Music in London, and this place is known for giving some extraordinary products to this whole world. And some of the examples are Elton John, a very, very famous pianist. The whole world knows him very well. He has also studied music from this Royal Academy of Music. In that same way, Leslie Garrett, she is a singer, so she's also a product of this Royal Academy of Music. Then we have Annie Lennox. She's also a wonderful and renowned singer. She's also a product of this Royal Academy of Music. So this is actually that building of Royal Academy of Music. And for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. And she got right to the top, the world's most sought after multi percussionist with the mastery of some 1,000 instruments and hectic international schedule. See what she says in the first line of the fifth paragraph, where she says that, where it is written that Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. She believes that she has not done something where she should be remembered as, somebody who has done something extraordinary thing. वो कहती हैं कि मैंने ऐसा कोई भी बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि मैंने हासिल नहीं की है, मैंने कोई बहुत बड़ा तीर नहीं मार दिया, मैंने ऐसा बहुत बड़ा काम नहीं कर दिया है. And what she says in the second line, if you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. So if you have your aim, if you have your goal, and if you work hard, if you continuously work hard towards that aim, definitely you'll reach your, destination. And she got right to the top, the world's most sought after. Most sought after means something in great demand, and she is in great demand, and multi percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments. She can play, some 1,000 instruments very well, and that is something, exceptional. And hectic international schedule, very busy international schedule. For example, in the month of May, if she is in United Kingdom, in the month of June, she'll be in America, in the month of August, she'll be in Switzerland, in the month of in that way, very busy and hectic schedule, she has. So that is what Evelyn feels about her achievement. She thinks that she hasn't done anything great, and this is what everybody would achieve if he or she works hard. Then, coming to the sixth paragraph, it is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. So it is intriguing means it is very interesting, it is very fascinating to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly. Effortlessly means without much pressure, without taking a lot of pain. She simply plays her music in a flawless way. In our 2-hour discussion, she never missed a word. And while see another important thing I would like to tell you, my dear children, okay, I'll tell you after completing this paragraph, then it would be appropriate. Men with bushy beards give me trouble, she laughed. It is not just watching the lips, it is the whole face, especially the eyes. I'll explain this part. See, although she is deaf, she cannot hear, but she can read the lips very well. And just by reading the lips, she can easily come to this conclusion what is the person who is sitting opposite to her is speaking. And that is something amazing. And see what she is saying. Men with bushy beards give me trouble, men who have this full and thick beard, so those men who have this full and thick beard, they actually create problem for her. In what way? It is not just watching the lips, it is the whole face, especially the eyes. Now what she is saying that these men who have this bushy beard, sometimes what happens, it is very difficult to read their lips because half of the face is covered with mustache and this beard. So in that way it becomes difficult for her to exactly read out the lips. वो कहती हैं कि जो लोग बड़ी बड़ी दाढ़ी रखते हैं, ऐसे लोगों से मुझे थोड़ी दिक्कत होती है. क्यों दिक्कत होती है? क्योंकि ऐसे लोगों के होठ जो होते हैं वो दिखते नहीं है दाढ़ी और उस मूछ की वजह से, जिसकी वजह से क्या होता है कि ये उस होठ को पढ़ नहीं पाती, और आधा चेहरा चूंकि दाढ़ी मूछ से भरा रहता है तो सही तरीके से एक्सप्रेशंस जो होते हैं, चेहरे के जो हाव भाव होते हैं वो सही तरीके से जो है समझ में नहीं आते, तो वहां थोड़ी सी उनको तकलीफ होती है दूसरे आदमी को समझने में. बट that's not a big deal for her. She's laughing, वो हंस रही है, उस बात को भी बहुत ही हल्के में ले रही है. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. Flawlessly means without mistake. She speaks without any mistake. With this Scottish accent. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11. She says, and her speech is very clear, and the reason behind is she could hear till she was 11. but that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. देखिए ये एक और बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि है उनकी कि 11 साल की उम्र में उनकी सुनने की शक्ति चली गई, लेकिन 11 साल तक चूंकि वो इंग्लिश भाषा बात करती थी इसलिए इंग्लिश उन्हें आती है, ये बात समझ में आता है. लेकिन द बिगेस्ट थिंग इज व्हाट शी कैन स्पीक French very well and she can speak even basic Japanese very well. उन्हें फ्रेंच भाषा और जापानीज बेसिक जापानीज भाषा भी बहुत अच्छी तरीके से आती है. अब ये कैसे आती है? क्योंकि वो डेफ है तो उन्होंने कैसे सीखा? तो दिस इज समथिंग एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी, दिस इज एक्सेप्शनल. और यहाँ पर ये बिल्कुल जो है उन्हें बाकी सबसे अलग करती हैं. As for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. It tingles to have a feeling as if a lot of sharp points are being put quickly and light into the body. That is what tingles mean. In the skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonances flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs. अब as for music, देखिए म्यूजिक के बारे में what she is saying that it pours in through every parts of my body. In the beginning of this chapter, Ron Forbes told her to feel the music, to sense that music somewhere else, not through her ears. And that is what she's saying here, that music pours in through every part of her body. It tingles. Tingles means, if somebody takes a needle and pierces it in your body, that feeling is called tingle. जिसे कहते हैं ना एक जब कोई सुई चुभोए तो कैसे वो चुभने की जो फीलिंग आती है, that is called tingle. And when that music is played, she could feel that music, and it tingles in her skin, in her cheekbones, even in her hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. And when she plays the xylophone, when she plays that xylophone with the help of that mallets or sticks, what happens? That sound passes from that stick into her fingertips. That is something phenomenal. By leaning against the drum, she can feel the resonances flowing into her body. Resonances means echoes of sound, that sound that is produced by playing that drum. She could feel that sound, flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibration pass through her bare feet and up her legs. See, another important aspect here. See, whenever she plays music, normally she removes her shoes, especially if it is a wooden platform, because what happens, when she does so, the vibration passes through her bare feet and up her legs. So this is what was all about this explanation. This is something phenomenal about her, and this is the way she feels the music. Her whole body, her every part of her body feels the music, and this is something exceptional. This is something extraordinary. So my dear children, that was all from today's explanation part. Now we'll see a few questions, and I'm pretty confident that whatever questions I'm going to give you as a homework, uh, you know you'll be able to answer those questions very well. Let's see those questions. Well, it is written, you can see it on your screens. The very first question: what does Evelyn say about music? This is the first question. Well, now we'll move on to the second question. How was Evelyn determined to lead a normal life? So this is the second question. Then coming to the third question: what did she say about men with bushy beards? Just a few minutes back we discussed this point. And the fourth question is: what all languages does she speak? This also we have gone through. So my dear children, this is your homework. So once again, go through the chapter and try to understand it very well, and whatever questions have been given to you, solve it. And if you have any confusion, you can ask me. Drop your questions in the comment section, and I would definitely respond to your questions. So that was all from this video. Take care and God bless you.
Well, children, I hope you have understood whatever has been explained to you in this video. Go through the explanation part, and whatever homework has been given to you, do it. And if any doubts you have, ask me and I'll clear out your doubts. So that was all from this video. Meet you in the next video. Take care and God bless you.